Morning all. Sorry about my voice, I got a little hoarse. So it's Saturday morning, I'm doing the chores, and a couple of things that I'm noticing that during the course of this next year, we're gonna redesign some stuff. But it's just things that you don't realize until after the fact, or during the fact, I guess is a better way to put it. Hold on, let me put my glove on. It's cold today, windy. Sorry about the camera, but I'm trying to put my glove on. Same time, hold the camera steady. So over my shoulder, this is one of our rabbit hutches, and as you guys can see, we have snow on it, and then the snow goes into the gutter, so there's a lot of weight on that. And the other part about that is that the snow falls and it leaves mounds everywhere. So it's one of the things that we got to figure out this year coming up, is make a checklist for everybody out there. Make a checklist of where you want to put stuff, and if you live in an area that is prone to a lot of snow, think about the stuff like that. Just make a checklist of, like where the snow is gonna fall, how you're gonna move when the snow's on the ground, how you're gonna remove the snow on the ground to get to your animals. Some of the things that you don't find out until after the snow hits the ground, and it's a real pain in the butt to do, is the snow's gonna fall when the sun comes out. It's gonna make a big mess of snow on the ground that you got to remove. If you work during the day, the snow's ultimately going to happen when you're at work, so you're going to have to you're going to have to come and remove it at the end of the day or when it's hit the ground. And for anybody that lives in snow prone areas, you know that once the snow melts and hits the ground and gets cold, it makes ice, which is just that much harder to remove. So what happened here last night, you guys can see, is the snow came off of that roof. You can see it. It made a whole bunch of ice on the ground that we got to try to remove. So some of the lists that we're going through this year, as I'm walking around and I see it, are going to be where does the snow go? Where does the just removal and access to your animals? That's a big deal. That makes, to be honest with you, it makes life a lot easier if you plan that out before you put things where you put them. I put these I put the rabbit hutches so in the summertime it's shaded, because these are the trees above me, they're all full of leaves, and this is the most shaded spot. And I've seen a lot of things where rabbits they have a really hard time in the summer. In the wintertime they're designed for it, in the summer not so much, so they have a really hard time cooling off. So we've put them in a spot that is good for them as best as we can get, and in the summertime. In the winter I can cover them up with some tarps if it's really windy. We've had some 40-50 mile an hour winds here this year, so it's not, just to kind of keep some of the wind off of them. But I'm looking at all the goats. I got all the goats outside right now. They're playing. They've been inside for a little bit, and I just got them playing. And it's that's another thing that we're looking at. We're redesigning some things, because the big goats and the little goats, the big goats don't let the little goats eat when they need to eat. Ooh, that wind's cold. Oh man, sorry, it's windy and chilly. But I watched this. We are separating everybody this coming up here. There's going to be some different fencing going on. We have found, and when we moved onto the property, I'm going to kind of go off on another little tangent here. Sorry that it's not like I don't have bullet points, but so we had cattle panels, and they're actually pig panels pig panels are different than cattle panels. Pig panels have a smaller hole area on the bottom because pigs will get out on the bottom. Pigs never really lift their heads a little bit past their shoulders, so they're not prone to get out something high. Whereas goats will get their heads stuck. Our goats all have horns, and they will tend to stick their... We have one goat that will stick his head in there and get stuck. So for people, we had the cattle panels, so we used them. We're going to replace them this year with 2x. So a 2x4, I would just say, I don't know if you can see them, 2x4, so you can see that. Use those if you have goats. Just, if you have, just spend the money, because it just makes a lot less heartache and stress on everybody involved. That way your goats don't get their horns stuck or stuck during the day. It's happened here a few times that it's one goat, he gets his head stuck, and so and it's always when I'm at work during the day, so he kind of has to stay there until I get home. Unless it's an absolute emergency, then I only work 20 minutes from here, so I can leave and go get it, come back and whatever. But just use 2x4s if you have them. If you can get them, use them. So, but with that being said, there's just, this video today was for me to maybe help some people out there that are thinking about stuff. When you put your buildings where you think you should put them, make a list of, especially people that, like I said, people that are in the snow prone areas. Think about your snow removal. Think about access to the animals. Think about water. Think about your food, how you got to walk. Are you going to supply power to them? Ours have electric water heaters for the rabbits in the wintertime. They have warm water. So, do you have to have power? Do you have to have, how much power does it? All these little things, add up to to be honest with you, loss of sleep, because I worry about it. We do try to take care of the animals the best that we can. So these are just some things. Guys, sit down, make a list, and just check it. And people that live on the property, if it's a new property, maybe take a year and look at how the sun goes. Look at how your shades, all the little things that add up to a lot at the end of a year. Unless it's in a dire emergency, look at those things that will affect everything about the farm on a day-to-day operational basis. So, it might take a year to learn about the property, because the property will dictate how things run. We have learned that over the past couple of years, and we're still learning it every day. I'm learning it every day, and every day is a new experience and a new I didn't think about that. So with that being said, I'm just trying to help everybody out and maybe say, just think about your property, think about the operation of it, think about the layout. So I will say, with that, I'm closing, and everybody have a good, safe weekend. God bless. And I will get back to you on another video. Guys, have a good one. God bless. Bye.